Okay, guys, welcome back, and it is time to get into the grand finals. You guys saw who's gonna be playing. It's gboy playing that blue Protoss versus the one and only Shenanigans, who has been tearing apart this stream, this broadcast all the way, playing the red Terran instead. It seems like we are gonna be getting into our first map, and oh, lo and behold, it is going to be a best of 5 this time. Eternal Empire gonna be our first map, then Purity and Industry. This time it should work. Simulacrum, Nightshade, and finally Golden Wall. There go bans down below. Not gonna be seeing those maps anytime soon. But hey, it's time to get into the action. It's time to get into the big one. gboy, the blue Protoss versus Shenanigan, the red Terran. Are they the colors? Seems like it's the opposite way, but that's how they were on Challenge in the first place. And I'm Daks. Joining me tonight has been XtinC, his fan, his dog, and his amazing 8-bit computer. It's time though to get into the action. Let's get into the game and let's get things done.
Introduce them, my friend.
Wow, I get to introduce them. I'm so flattered. But this is the grand finals here and now on Eternal Empire. Gonna be map number 1 in this best of 5. Introducing first on the blue hand side here in the top right. It's gonna be the blue Terran that is Shenanigans. And his opponents on the bottom left has been waiting, watching, being in the shadows, watching with you in the stream, trying to figure out when will his wait and his watch end. It seems like now that his watch is ended, he is time to go for the fight, go for the championship. It's gonna be the red Protoss Subi, or as we say in the challenge, it's gboy.
All right, another PVT. PVT on the finals.
Yeah, you're about to
No
say
Zerg.
Z. You're about to say Z. You're missing the Zerg. You're
Yeah,
missing the Zerg.
I'm so sad. No Zergs. I haven't seen a Zerg for today.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because the things on round 2, the Zergs just wasn't able to really get much there. But it is what it is. So, Mr. Kent, I want you to really expound on something for a little bit. I'm gonna ask you, what are their ranks, and what really is the difference between their two ranks for a little bit? Go ahead, take the floor from me.
Basically, what we have now is their rank diamond. So basically, it's the highest rank you can possibly get before you reach masters. So that saying is a lot because it is really MMR based. And what happens in ladder, the higher MMR you get, the more better you be, and more players you get to fight to face. So the higher MMR, the higher rank, the more better you get your opponent is, the better you be.
Yeah. So it's pretty much how things work. And XtinC, I'm gonna quiz you right now. I want you to take the floor real quick, as that is gonna be a refinery from Shenanigans. I want you to take the floor. And what really was the journey between these two players? What do you know about how the Protoss made it to the finals and how the Terran made it to the finals?
Based on the previous games that this Protoss did, he went for a very sharp timing attacks, right? If I remember correctly. And that's the same as Shenanigans. Actually, Shenanigans played very well in this tournament. Like, his macro is on point, his upgrade, his 1-1 push is so deadly, and his build is just so strong. That's it. Both of them, their builds are so strong. Both have solid macros for their level, and I'm really hope we can get a good series right now.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for to first make it to 3-point single elimination action for the tournament. And in this whole time right now, we've just been having such a good show. It's really has been a very, very fun and wonderful tournament to actually bring to the local scene. And I was talking about it a while earlier that how this was pretty much possible, but let's just toss it back to the community. Honestly, it wouldn't be possible without you guys joining, really supporting. Again, we're putting $20 on the line, 1,000 pesos.
Yes.
That's it. That's the money. Where is the money? There is no money. There you go. But you have seen the support. You have seen these people.
Yeah.
We have been live for 5.5 hours already. We're probably gonna be ending by the 6-hour mark at this rate. But
I'm actually surprised. Like,
eh,
I told you earlier that I've been playing StarCraft for almost 3 years, going 3 years, and this is the first time I actually saw there are many diamond players in the Philippines. Like,
yeah,
I'm so shocked.
yeah. So you know,
So
it's
where are these players?
yeah, dude. You know, people come out. There are people who are mostly lurkers, that kind of thing. I used to be a lurker for a while, honestly, before I started making StarCraft. Like, let's quickly story time as we watch the floats of this medevac try to go for the harassments. So I've always loved RTSs. RTS is my chill game. I don't play ladder, I don't play competitive because they're a game I do to relax. I like building bases, I like microwing things, I like enjoying my time. So I used to play a lot Command & Conquer a lot, StarCraft, Warcraft, and the like. So from that passion, I started casting some StarCraft too, just fun. And honestly, like you guys all know what my main game is. You guys know what basically my career is, but I do love doing things for the SCPH community. I really kept it to the community for as long as possible. I think this is like one of the first times where we're actually expanding with the Saturday tournament. As here comes the With the Minds. This time though, there's a really good read from our Red Protoss. Exactly, and it's gonna be Shenanigans. Oh, it's a hit over to one zealots.
It seems like the products got studied.
Studied. Very, very important.
You know that Widowmine drop is coming soon.
Exactly, and you know that's a basically such a good raid there. But back to my little bit of a story. So yeah, I've just been like in the group for a while. I've been seeing some of these guys. Like I known Nux for a while from high school, but we really moved our separate ways after high school ended. And on the I remember he was the one who pretty much destroyed me. I was like, I never want to play competitive ever again. I just want to build cannons in my base. And in the meantime, that's enough about me. It's a good Warp Prism drop here, but 2 Immortals. Interference Matrix though. Shenanigans raiding his opponent right now and trying to get rid of the Immortal onto the Warp Prism instead. And the Immortal gets loaded, but it dies. It dies with the Warp Prism. Last stand, here and now for gboy, and the Marines cleaned that up. Very effectively done by Shenanigans. Enough about me, let's talk about the game. What was that all about, XtinC?
Well, it seems like he went for a double immortal drop with Warp Prism, but with that help of the Raven, he's be able to disable that Warp Prism and kind of trap those immortals, and that's very expensive loss for the Protoss.
Yeah, it's
not a very good start, actually.
That's a huge hit. Warp Prism and the 2 Immortals are pretty much the opening salvo of like the harassment from a Protoss. It's really such a standard, and getting the catch on, it really goes to show Shenanigans loves playing that Raven. And I've seen players who love the Raven, really. Like, Shenanigans is working with the new edition. There are people who did move off without the Seeker missiles and the like, but anti-armor have been huge from Shenanigans, and Interference Matrix also such a great go for the disable.
Drop. Is he looking?
Yeah, he's paying attention. I like how gboy really knows that Shenanigans is gonna do this. He knows where he's gonna attack, especially here on Eternal Empire. It's a pretty obvious spot because this is such an exposed area, and the Widowmine is gonna get 2 probes. Look at that. That one's really trying. He's trying his might. He's a little engine that could, but it isn't just gonna pan out.
This is most mining. This is actually big. It's a huge loss mining time.
Yeah, so
and with that, his build might be a little delayed, especially with 1-1 coming in. This the epic 1-1 push of Shenanigans.
Dude, the tried and tested, the standard, the Shenanigans classique, as we can call it. You know, there's so many builds named after great players. The Korean scene, the European scene, but now the Philippine scene. You get the 1-1 Shenanigans. All in, not even all in. It's not even an all in. Like, what can you say about it? Is it a timing attack really because of the fact that he gets things done? But we have seen different variations of his timing because he always either does something different alongside it in his arsenal of things to do. It's like he has 5 choices usually, and he does one of them. So it really messes up the timing in a sense. But I guess if you classify it, he goes when the 1-1 is ready. So that is the timing there. That is the starting points, and from there on he just keeps on building. What do you call? What do you call? I want to know from a player. What do you call a build like this? Is it really a timing attack, or is it just a timing push, or what? What is the proper
It's more
term?
of like a pressure build, because he tried to expand after this. Like,
Yeah, we've seen him
most
go
of his
macro.
build, he's gonna go for. You're gonna try to get a economical lead with fewer harasses like Widow Mines, either Widow Mines or Banshees. Then after that, he's gonna go for 1-1 build, and that 1-1 build, that 1-1 push with 3 tanks and Marines and Medivacs, he will try to expand behind it. He's not gonna go all out. He's not gonna go try to kill you if he can right away. He's gonna make sure that he'll kill you, but it's still safe for him if you able to defend that push.
Okay, guys, and that is why we have XtinC on the panel, okay? That is exactly why we deal with his fan and with his dog, because of tidbits like that. It's a really good explanation of what Shenanigans is really trying to do in a matchup like this. He puts so much pressure against his opponent, but right now, he's gonna be pretty vulnerable. Here we go, the wind, the Zealous charging on in yet again, anti-armor, one more time in behind, and the interference matrix, that's huge on the warp person, can't drop those immortals behind.
Yeah, good micro there by Shenanigans, but losing a lot of bio. This push is gonna lose its value. He needs to go back.
He has to get out, time to run away. The Raven actually dying this time.
Yeah,
and
actually it's a good defense. It's a good defense for the Protoss.
Yeah, it really looked dicey for Shenanigans, and I was gonna call it a clean sweep by that point, but the Terror was able to salvage a lot of things, especially with that interference matrix and the anti-armor. And now this upcoming attack is looking scary, but it could be worse. Now the real question is, can Shenanigans hold? He is still stuck on 2 base. He wasn't able to go for his usual macro because he is now on the defensive yet again, and he is desperate to get an army on back.
Yeah, he needs to get a lot of army out right now because he lost so much bio. And here comes the push. Gonna pick up a tank.
Oh, Blink Stalker on in! Holy crap, highly aggressive! And that is a pretty big mistake, honestly. That is way too much damage. Storm though! The storms are finally coming! It's not enough.
I think he's
gonna lose everything. He has to run away. Way too hyper aggressive. Way too ambitious in that one. And it's time for the punish play yet again. Medivacs now.
Here comes
flying
the
up.
drop, the doom drop of the Terran.
It's coming, guys.
I think he could have won there if he didn't blink in. He just storm and pull back.
Yeah,
I think that's
I
the
completely
right
agree. The storms were coming. The lightning clouds were almost there, but he was a little too aggressive. But oh, Blink Stalker's right now trying to get the chase onto the Medivacs, but actually get the pick off on the big ones. But the one with low HP, good read, actually good bait from Shenanigans. He put that low HP Medivac on purpose in the front. And there was a focus fire there from the Stalker. Surprise, surprise, there's nothing on the inside. Right now, though, it's time to get out of dodge yet again. Warp person floating on over. In the meantime, a few probes dying somewhere on the map. It seems like that is gonna be a drop onto the natural yet again.
Yeah, here we go. He's gonna go for a drop onto the main third. Yeah, he's gonna drop here in the third, denying this expansion, but with enough army supply, I think he can able to defend this. Oh no, actually.
The cascade there, the cascade from the infantry, they were way too bunched up, and without the side storm to punish that is such a good position for the bio. So right at this point, guys, Shenanigans looking for the top up, keeping the Medivacs pretty safe up in the air. High Templar though trying to go for their own kinds of hits with their mines. And onto the main base we go. Pressure really is the name of the game for Shenanigans. It has been his namesake. It has been his style of play. But by this point in time, High Templar right now. Onto the Warp Prism, there you go. For Warp Cycle again, Psystorm right now!
Storm.
Feedback. Not enough energy though onto those Medivacs.
Good. Oh, good. Oh my God.
It is just the abuse that the Terran can really do in matchups like this with the Medivac. But
and look at the base. He's taking 2 base. He's not expanding. He's going all in here. Daks. It's gonna be an all-in build.
Friend, I think there's a green thing being what do you say? Queued up. Third base. I like how you called that he's not gonna go for a third base, and I'm just watching on screen that he goes for a third base.
Yeah. Yes,
there.
Actually, this third base is actually late. late
I mean,
compared to the
it was
normal.
very forced. Like, to be fair, it was very forced. He lost way too much on his attack, and he went for his own army. The only reason he was on the assault yet again was that big mistake from the Protoss, from
Yeah.
gboy, blinking on forward, allowing Shenanigans to get back the momentum, and now he has a commanding lead in that army count. He can go for the push, he will safely get a third by this point, and he's even up on the worker counts against a 3-brace Protoss.
Yeah, right now he needs to get a huge army supply quickly because after this, I think this Terran's push is gonna kill him. We have 5 liberators, 6 liberators actually. Never mind, 5 liberators, 2 tanks, and a lot of bio. This is gonna be very deadly for Shenanigans.
Yeah, Shenanigans gonna be bringing everyone and their mothers to a little picnic in the desert of the Eternal Empire. They're gonna be moving over to the left-hand side as much as possible. Liberators again with that concave. But we have seen the saving grace here for gboy. He does know how to use the Psionic Storm. He has been able to get some really good hits, and we've talked about some of the funnels here in Eternal Empire in a few maps before, especially this one, potentially a good place to get the storms to go.
If he gets a massive storm in this army, it can bring him back again. But liberators are siege, marines are coming in, and
There's no storms, no storm, storm!
that's a lot of red marines. That's a lot of red marines.
Oh, those marines really feeling the
And
crackle of
these
thunder.
liberators are so strong. This position of liberators is very deadly.
Yeah, they really have to run into them, and the
So,
marines
the
providing
High
file
Templars, the
support.
High Templars.
High Templars getting ticked apart, huge hits, and this might be game.
Yeah.
Really well played there by Shenanigans, using the Liberators at speed as DPS. The Marines hanging on back, waiting for the assault, waiting for all of that to happen. But these Marines are quite low. The Colossus can potentially get some value here, but it might be way too much. Dance, falling apart to have time, trying to move around. That's a Nexus
Gotta pick up
point,
this Nexus.
but that wall is gone. 400 missiles down the
Central's
drain.
gone down.
In behind, more and more of these units. GG is called. First map goes over to Shenanigans. Well
So
played.
what do you think about that game? I think the Protoss throw a lead there.
Yeah, true. That was a
with
that was
with
an
that blink.
unfortunate throw with the blink stalker forward. He really had it, honestly, after a defense like that he was able to hold, even with the shenanigans of Shenanigans. It really went to the shitter. It really went down the toilets with the fact that he just threw those stalkers away. Wasn't patient enough for the High Templar to get in position. And there you go, confirmation guys, Shenanigans taking map number 1. Next on the list gonna be Purity and Industry. Give me a sec guys, a little hope and a prayer. Lord, let me load this map. There you go, I'm in the lobby. We have done it. We are gonna get this map. And what do you think, Purity and Industry? I know you don't like this map, but what can be differently done in this upcoming match?
Actually, I don't know. I never seen PVTs that much on this map before, so I'm actually playing casting blind right now.
Okay, don't worry. So, I do that all the time, guys. I do that all the time. You know, from why I'm confident enough to cast StarCraft even though I play it. It's the same way I don't cast Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon, but actually it's very different. That's a whole different story. Never mind. So for StarCraft, it's one of the things always on my recommendations on YouTube. Why? Because I just play it. Whenever I'm playing anything, I'm playing a single player game, I watch StarCraft. I went to Korea once, I watched StarCraft on TV. It's always been something I enjoy. I've always been a spectator of StarCraft, and has been, single player, playing against AI, that kind of thing. That's been always my thing. So, it's a passion. It's a passion thing for me. That's just something. I know it's a little continuation on the previous story as we get into Purity and Industry. And what I've noticed from Purity and Industry, I've said it before, it really is the fact that it tempts you to go air, it allows you to go air, but it punishes you when you retreat with air. Because once those air units are there, if you try to turn back, the inhibition zone will slow you down. And usually those are situations where your HP on your flyers are already quite low, enough shots connect, and that will be the takedown. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna be getting into game number 2 shortly. We do have Shenanigans with a 1-0 lead, waiting on for everyone to get into the lobby real quick. Now let's get into the action, let's get into the fun, fair. The grand finals continue with map number 2.
Should you do the honors?
Oh, it's okay. Go. Impress me. Give me something that is worth a grand finals.
And introducing our players here on the top middle part of Purity and Industry. We leading 1-0. We have the timing 1-1 Terran Shenanigans. And on the bottom middle right side of Purity and Industry, the green Protoss, the timing master, we have gboy.
Wait, how is he the timing master?
He likes timing attacks, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You can say that. You can say that too. But a bigger thing is XtinC doesn't know his direction. So, quick little lesson, guys. This is north. This is east. This is south. And this is west. Okay?
I said top,
okay.
I said top north. Bully.
You said a bunch of different things that made no real sense in the end. But hey,
I told you I hate this map. It makes me it makes me rage.
Makes you rage. So yeah, there you go. Shenanigans again with the refinery. But let's talk about Subi real quick. Let's talk about gboy. So you mentioned that he does really go for those timing attacks, and we have seen nuances of that. He does a little bit of information, but he usually capitalizes on the production of his buildings to play the aggression. We saw the Warp Prism with the double mortal while I was in story time, but it got Interference Matrix quickly by Shenanigans. Blowing Stalkers as well, making a big debut and making a big splash on the defensive end and looking for the Medivacs, but pretty much throwing everything apart when they decided to play aggression and get blown to bits by the guns. And also with the High Templar in behind, went for the attack. Really goes to show that there is that concept of timing here for gboy. He goes with the advantage, goes with the tool he needs to try and win it out, and he's trying to build a natural into this one. But the Reaper already out into the field.
So it's a both fast expand for both players, so we might see a little bit of macro-ish game. No cheese for now, no proxies. It's a clean game.
Clean game. But you know, in a best of 5, usually there's at least one time that they go for the cheese, and this green is actually pretty cool. This is ugly. Like the crystal is pretty ugly. I don't know. It looks really weird. It looks like a rotten cucumber. Yeah, I know, right? It looks like cucumber, but look at the crystal on top. That is pretty snazzy, yeah. That is pretty cool. So, skin game. Crap skin, good skin. I'll give it a 5 out of 7 with rice. In the meantime, the default here for Shenanigans, you can't go wrong with the classics. 10 out of 10. Anyway, Barracks double pumping out those those Marines with the reactor. Tech Lab gonna be for the factory as well. Probably gonna be same thing here from Shenanigans. It's something he likes to build, and he is gonna skirt the map. So here on Purity and Industry, if you do go for the edges, they don't get slowed down, but it is gonna be a long way to try and get there in the first place. But as I say that, Liberator now gonna be in the field. Charge lots gonna be looking to be built as well, and it's really funny, dude. It's really funny. Have you seen Purity and Industry, how it's built on the side? There's a side where it's like, put turret here, put turret here, put starport here. It's pretty cool actually, how it's built.
It doesn't apply to Zergs. None of those apply to Zergs.
What do you mean? Zerg is just like, contaminate everything, put factory here. It really goes with the duality of the map, purification and industrialization. But beyond that, so we're just talking about random things right now because we are saying the same old thing from both of our players. We see the refinery to be a pest. We see the Reaper get in the way. We see the upgrades here from Subi right now. We see the Immortal blow up the Reaper. Same old, same old. So the real question is, where will the variance come? Where will the difference come into this map? As here comes the Liberator. Yeah,
There's no Widow Mine drop, no Banshee attack. this new build for Shenanigans?
Not really. I'd say not really, because he does have the Liberator, and that's something he does go on in the first place. But this is one of the few times he goes for the harassment in it, and 1, 2, 3, let's go. It's gonna be a countdown there for our Liberator. Get some 3 frags, and
Where's the stalkers?
The
There
probes
comes
in here.
Okay,
Stalkers
be
finally
able
warped
to
on
defend
in.
this.
The Liberator be able to get out of dodge. No, that's
Rip.
what we were talking about. Really, in this map, if you're too late with the reaction, even if you're not in the inhibition zone, the ground units are close enough to actually get the takedown, and there you go. Liberator gone from this one pretty quickly. Pay your respects, guys. Pay your respects indeed.
Liberator. So what are we gonna have now? Warp Prism is on its way, so another
Yeah.
Immortal drop?
Yeah, looking like it's Immortals into the Warp Prism, but he is gonna decide to go through the inhibition zones, and look how this Warp Prism gonna be crawling up on top
There is a
of the
blind
orbit.
spot here for the Terran. He doesn't see the spark on the bottom here.
Yeah, on the bottom right, exactly. He's gonna try to build a missile turret, but it's still
And
tilted.
here comes
Too
the
late.
Zealots.
That's a huge warp cycle, actually, from Subi. And
Only
gboy,
few Marines.
he's gonna go for it. Cleaves on in with that
Yeah,
charge lot. Gets the gap close against the siege tank. And Shenanigans caught napping into that one. The Liberator at the opening doesn't work out for him. And this is gonna be the main base under such trouble. This is a proper
Another warp
time.
in.
This is such a
Under the
proper attack.
production.
And this has to be gboy. Look at the shutdown, the means of production. He sees those tech labs trying to build things up, rotating with the upgrades, but
I think this is
the Marines
game.
are just dying, and it seems like this might be GG.
GG
So-
is cold.
Subi takes the map of Shenanigans, and we are all tied up 1-1. Apparently,
I told you, the
We're gonna
timing
get-
master.
we're gonna get a little more than a 3-0. Well played, well played.
Good timing there by G-Boy. What's our third map? Third map will be
That's amazing. I'm amazing at how he decided to go for it.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
Yeah.
He was
Probably
just so ballsy. He knew that he had it there. He had the right idea to go on that spot. And a little too
But-
late this time from Shenanigans. It seems like Karma gonna be biting him there. Usually he's the one who's able to get like a drop against photon cannons. No sir, G-Boy able to shut things down and turn it around, take a map back. As we move
I think-
into Simulacrum
I
next.
think he knows that Shenanigans always go for that 1-1 push. So he tried to attack before that happened.
Well played. Well played indeed. So yeah, that was game number 2. Seems like one of our players asking for a little break. And remember guys, actually, since we are in the middle of our finals, let's actually announce something real quick. You mind if we do that already, Mizzle? For tomorrow's turn of events? I'll have it. Don't worry, I have it ready. I have it ready. I'll do it. So, guys, tomorrow is going to be the Masters side of the quarantined tournament, and with the special help of one of our favorite community members and his favorite name, Bayagster, he does give out a little bit of a little something to add on to the prize pool. So now, tomorrow we are gonna have a 2-place prize affair. It is going to be 1,000 pesos still for the first place and 500 for second place. So this is truly gonna be showing that the master side will have a higher prize pool into this one. It still will be single elimination though. We will have whoever we have assigned on up for that, and hopefully we have some really good games in a pretty quick bracket to say the least. So yeah, that's gonna be very fun, and kudos again to Mizzle as well as Bayagster for all the support, for supporting the scene, supporting the community with this tournament. Nice. So there you go guys, that is basically our announcements for tonight's Master's gonna have a double place prize pool into this one, and it seems like we are getting ready for map number 3, Simulacrum. Gonna be the next one on the list here in the quarantined tournaments. This isn't a best of 3 guys, this is a best of 5. So we will automatically get Nightshade, but will we make it to Golden Wall? That's gonna be the real question here. And I appreciate you guys sending me friend requests, but this account is always full of friends. Honestly, I hate it too. That there's a limit. So yeah, so that's the thing. Big shout outs.
You're famous.
No, dude. Okay, listen. I need it for a lot of things. Okay, I had to make a second account just for one of my projects because of the stupid friend request limits. Not gonna lie, that's how Blizzard takes my money. Come on, they give me money, but then they take it back anyway.
Why do they take it back?
by making me buy Overwatch again. Luckily, I don't need to buy StarCraft again because it's free. But you know, I digress. That's how it is.
You can give me Overwatch if you want.
Why would you want to play Overwatch? Don't play Overwatch. Don't play Overwatch, guys. As a caster of Overwatch, don't play Overwatch.
Play StarCraft. It's good for your health.
Look, okay. As we get into map number 3, playing Overwatch makes you hate people. Playing StarCraft makes you hate yourself. That's pretty much it. Who do you want to hate more?
The good thing about StarCraft, there's no cancer. There's no
Are you
cancer
sure?
when you play StarCraft.
Are you sure? Have you not gotten whispered a barrage of hate? Nah, I don't think we've been playing the same game, mister. But you know what we've been working on for the past few hours is the same tournament, Simulacrum, gonna be coming our way. Game number 3, and let's get into this one. Still a best of 5, both sides 1-1 apiece. Game number 3 coming our way. So here you go, guys. Into Simulacrum we go. Very familiar map to many of us, including myself. I do love how it's structured. Very easy to siege on if you get to the high ground, but so many staging grounds in the middle. Introduce first, though, on the bottom right, on the southeast, Mr. XtinC. On the southeast of the map, we are going to have the Blue Terran Shenanigans. Okay, pop quiz. What direction is this, and who do we got on the top left?
It's a top left. It's a northwest.
Very good. Okay, I might need to pause real
For the
quick.
northwest. Okay, hang on.
Okay, we'll go for a quick little pause, just to make sure. Next time, say PP, so we go instant. Okay. Okay, ready. Okay, he's okay. Never mind. So it's like just ask me PP. Okay. Where were we in the intro?
On the top left side, we have the red Protoss gboy.
Well played.
He's now using red.
Yes, sir. We're getting
color.
no. Like, yeah, it was from red to green to red. Yeah, so he changed back to red. I think he forgot about it. But here at Simulacrum, Proxy is the name of the game. We saw this in round 1 earlier on this side with the double Reaper Proxy racks. Will we see the same thing?
Is he ready for this? Like, does he know the proper counter for this build? If he's been watching Shenanigans for a long time.
But it seems like gboy has already done one part of it. He's trying to cover the opening here for the Reaper, making sure that they're not going to be able to get in position. But at the same time, this does leave the probe line exposed without the defensive formation on those buildings in the first place. Anyway, though, looking for the simulators overall. Cybercore gonna be set on up as well, and in the meantime, it's gonna be a tech lab yet again. So it's gonna be the Marauders potentially this time, as well as the Bunkers. We've seen this before from Shenanigans, especially on the semifinals.
Is he gonna see it? No.
He should see it. Oh, he doesn't see it. He doesn't
see it.
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't.
What are you doing? Come on.
It's highly unfortunate.
Actually, he went for on the third base side. He tried to check.
Yeah, he's checking.
Got it right.
He's not. It's not the right scout, and this is highly unfortunate. Because for a Protoss, sure you leave your building alone. That's okay, because it's making itself. But the SCP can expose itself, pretending, "Hey, I'm just scouting. You know, everything's gonna be fine and dandy." Does gboy know that this is coming? He does have queued things up, and he will see the barracks in a bit. But the barracks already sending out that Marauder, the Bunker having the Marine and the Marauder as well as another one of their kind, and it's time to harass this natural. gboy, what have you done? What is gonna be the plan here for our Protoss player?
I think he needs to abandon this Nexus. This Nexus is dead.
This Nexus is so dead. But
The
the shots
upcoming, no Stargate. No, Robo is just starting in, so this next is pretty dead.
Yeah, and gboy really likes the tendency to go for an early Twilight Cancel to increase the value of those gateway units, but by this point in time, he's gonna need something else with the bunker in position. So he is just trying to capitalize on a few of these minerals. He still sets up the pylon, but is this the right idea? Because concussive shells here, and now the slow from the Marauders. Such a quick and easy upgrade to get in the first place. And now our Protoss stuck on their own island.
Yeah, and right here, the turn just expanded on this on the natural, so you're just trying to get this deny and try to soft contain the Protoss here.
Ah, I like this.
Yeah, instead of going full committal over this push, he's not trying to kill him. He's just trying to make sure that he has a big advantage.
And it really works well with what Shenanigans wants to do in the first place. His plan has always been the 1-1 with the +1/+1. You know, 1-1-1 with the +1/+1, and then a few more upgrades along the way. That's a pretty big number as a sum of different things, and that is what the Terran likes to do. Finish up the tech structures, he gets a little bit of everything he wants. It's like a buffet. He orders what he wants and doesn't take what he doesn't need.
Yeah, and Cyclone on the way here for the factory, so
Aha! But look at that, look at that beautiful obelisk coming our way. We've seen this before, and will we get the same result as Shenanigans now? Will get overrun as the Immortal comes on that. Very good unit, I can tell you guys. That is such a good unit in the Protoss arsenal. Now the real question is though, will Shenanigans be able to spot things out? He goes for the mule, no scan whatsoever onto the main base. And the Dark Shrine coming closer and closer. I'm getting giddy. I'm getting giddy, XtinC. I'm very excited to see how this is gonna go.
There's a problem. There's a big scouting here.
Oh no!
Daks.
And we have seen this.
A long time.
We have seen this from Shenanigans. We have seen this from Shenanigans. He likes to set up the barracks on the base itself. And this is pretty tanky. It will take a while for these stalkers to actually get the takedown onto it. And I think this is the first real time in this tournament where this is gonna be a barracks that will make such a huge difference when it's floating. We've seen it make a difference getting 2 Marines forcing a warp cycle earlier on. But right now, it's about the scouting. And Shenanigans creeping closer and closer. I can feel the tension right now from the Protoss. You can see he's desperate to get more stalkers. Can he kill it in time? Does he get the vision?
No!
Oh.
He doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. He didn't get it.
He didn't get it. He didn't see the Dark Shrine.
And this is what StarCraft's all about, guys. This is what makes it so fun. There you go, though. The barracks doesn't make it in time, and Shenanigans thinking there's nothing there. Look at that, no vision whatsoever. The Dark Shrine is ready to go, but the real question is, what is he going to be doing with this in the first place? Where are the DTs going to drop? Where is the Warp Prism going to go? Seems like the south side is the answer, but unfortunately, there's a Raven. Oh, my hype has died down. Why? Because this is just something Shenanigans builds naturally. He doesn't even bother making about a Dark Templar because he knows how to use the Raven so well. He also has his, his enjoyable Cyclone patrolled on the left-hand side, making sure that no drops are going to be coming his way. And by this point in time, I'm server trying to get some scouting information. What is the plan really with the Dark Shrine? Because when you go for a Dark Shrine and you don't really do anything with it, it is a big investment onto the gas end. And if you go for Archons with it, it's a big investment on the mineral end. So it's really, it's really cost inefficient in a few ways if you don't really capitalize on the invisibility in the first place.
But these Archons can deal a great damage with this double medevac trap if he be able to see it.
Yeah,
because right now he doesn't have units. He doesn't have enough units to deal with this medevac trap.
And it's coming. It feels like gboy trying to impress, trying to enjoy how this is gonna work in our tournament. But stalkers are in position, trying to go for the bait and switch. Look at that, using the high ground vision to get the shots ongoing. And alongside all of this, it's gonna be a tank. Can they get the shutdown actually onto the Cybercore as well as that warp gate? Here comes the attack though. Well, we get the load on in. Unfortunately, the siege tank cannot be saved as it has already anchored itself onto the ground. Interesting enough, gboy has stalkers in position. Shuts down the pylon, and that is gonna be... Oh no! The medevac! Wait, the Marines go down! And both sides taking some good hits, but it looks like gboy able to defend in a really good manner.
Defense.
Yeah.
Good defense there.
Look at Raven harassment. Dude, even the Raven's getting on it. He wants to go for the harass, he wants to go for the fights. And apparently all the turrets, the name of the game. Solo Stalker's gonna be able to get some free shots on. We are gonna get our usual upgrades right now from Shenanigans very, very soon. And it feels like I was really expecting this match to end by around the hour, but it seems like we are gonna get a little longer into the assault. Because right now,
There's a Dark Templar in this
has Dark Templar. Yeah, you see that Dark Templar in front. And Shenanigans doesn't know. He doesn't know it's coming. He sent in the Raven for the aggression, and now he goes for the scan. Though he has the scan inside the barracks, the bunker rather, gonna be able to sustain some of those units, get the damage there. The Immortals right now backing on out. He has to back on out. He doesn't have enough. Stalker sacrificing his life to try and save the Warp Prism. One sliver of HP. Lock on, unfortunately, doesn't connect. And the Raven gonna be flying on. That could have been it. That could have been the success there of the Dark Templar, as the Ravens was on the other side, but there was already a missile turret in place, making sure that the Warp Prism wasn't gonna be able to get the drop on in as an additional effect. Hamper those Dark Templar.
Yeah, the product's just losing too many units here.
Shades of Game 1, honestly. Shades of Game 1, Mr. XtinC. Remember when the potential attack there from the Protoss not really panning out? Same case. And Shenanigans right now, again, taking the driver's wheel and looking to just move on over against the Red Protoss.
Right now, third base is up for the Terran, and he's gonna get a very, very large army with this. 1-1 is done, I presume.
Yeah, it has been done for a while, but...
Yeah, but no armor yet, so we can't start the +2 yet. I think that's a mistake.
And Shenanigans is also a little too busy doing something with the Raven. And it's just he has changed things up in such a big degree. He's not going for the attack whatsoever with it, and the Raven is gone, so no anti-armor debuffs whatsoever. Shenanigans doing something a little out of the playbook, and it's not really working out for him. Seems like, though, it's all about missile turrets right here, right now, preventing the drop. I think I'm playing campaign yet again, seeing just all these pistol turrets hugging a side of
he doesn't want
base.
to get a Warp Prism in his base again.
Yeah,
he had enough.
And another big thing really is the Dark Templar. Since he knows the Dark Shrine is out and about, very, very safe to have this just in case needs that information, needs the vision. Anyway, though, here comes
another attack for the Proto, but I don't think it's enough.
It doesn't look too. It doesn't look too no. It doesn't look too scary, but scans are really going on the red hand side. So Shenanigans gonna know that the bulk of the army is not there. He should be wary. He should be looking around, making sure everything is in position. And it seems like that's the case. Already sieging on in with that siege tank. Blink Stalker though, and you were talking about this early on. He enjoys to time things, especially with the upgrades. And it might be a big surprise here now, courtesy of gboy. Sell it down, trying to cleave on in. Look at that! Perfect positioning from this one warrior. Trying to take down the siege tank. SCV is forced to go for the pull. And this is going to be the opening. That's Subi is looking for. Going for the charge on in already. Trying to make it through the natural. Is it going to work though? Is it actually happening? Yes, it does. Charge lots into the natural line. Still though, it's going to be a bait and switch.
Too much. It's too much.
So many Marines. So many Marines. So little time. Yeah, it really was a bait and switch. He tried to force things out on the second. He went for the third, and here comes the recall, but he will lose the Immortal there in behind. And the poor Stalkers left alone yet again. Shenanigans right now, knowing he has the advantage, fending off his opponent not just once, but twice in two different spaces.
Good defense there by Shenanigans. And right now, 2 base versus 3 base Terran, going 4 base. So, he needs to make something happen here.
It's time. It's time.
Yeah,
it's time though for Shenanigans to actually go for it. He's just trying to say Subi has to do something, but
he's almost done.
He doesn't have too much in the back, and here comes the upcoming 2-2, as you say, +1 as well onto those ships. And it's gonna be very, very effective right now with the Shenanigans composition. Gonna go for the push on in yet again. Scans are there to make sure there's no Dark Templar to cleave on in. And now, here comes the classic C from Shenanigans. You can't spell Shenanigans without a C apparently, and that makes you kinda an idiot in terms of spelling. But that is how the Blue Terran wants to play it out. Onto the left they go. Charge lots right now, getting out in front, speeding on in, but it's just not gonna be enough. The Marines pushing on forward yet again, trying to make it through onto the natural day come. And the pylon gonna go down, the warp cycle gonna get cancelled overall. This is gonna be too many of these infantry tearing everything and anyone apart. Shenanigans looking poised to take a 2-1 advantage. 100 army right now, 215. Just a pebble against a boulder into this one. Up the ramp they go. Doesn't care about the shield batteries. And this is pretty much game, set, and match. Shenanigans right now, looking to take the advantage. Subi in the meantime taking his time, trying to figure out where it went wrong. Shenanigans instead going for what he likes, what he enjoys, and does go for the push. This time, a little different. It's not the +1/+1, but it's the +2/2. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another game in the books, and Shenanigans gonna be taking that one onto map 4. We go. That's gonna be Nightshade, but a huge effort there from our Terran players. He did try to change things up with what he attacked with, but again, same thing from map number 1. Push pull. In the end, Shenanigans is the one who is holding the rope.
Yeah, match point here for the Terran guys. So gboy needs to do something amazing here for game number 4 if he wants to give this to game 5.
Yeah, if he really wants to have a chance at this, he needs to take the victory on Nightshade. And I feel like he just needs to be more decisive on his attacks. The split with the Zealots, the Stars, and the Immortals feels very iffy. He had the opportunity already with that one Zealot being such a pest to actually try and get the catch outs. But as we said, the army itself looking so underwhelming. And I feel like for gboy, a few of his answers can really be alleviated by High Templar, by Psy Storm. Gonna be very effective. But it's time though to get into Nightshade into this one. What's that? Why is there a ghost suddenly out of nowhere? Who showed up? Who showed up? Was that Mizzle? Mizzle, the ghost of Mizzle passed. But anyway, it's time to get into round number 4. I'm hungry, you're hungry, you're all hungry too. But we are going to be getting into this matchup. Hey, look, TVT now. Random. Are we gonna see random? Random. But yes, let's get into Nightshade. It's time for map number 4, guys. We are gonna end it with a bang. Last map of our night. And don't forget, we still have a day tomorrow. That's gonna be Masters in the end.
It's not last map.
Oh
it's
yeah,
still game 4.
Match point. Sorry. My stomach is talking for me. Match point here and now for Shenanigans. If he takes this, he wins last map. If not, we will stay one more. Our stomachs will grumble, but gboy will be happy to try and find a 5th decider. The real question is though, will it happen? Will it pan out here and now for our Protoss player, or will Shenanigans take the crown? I'm hungry, guys. I'm very hungry.
Yeah, me too.
I'm famished, but you know, I've been pretty much fed by the StarCraft action, and now it's time to go into game number 4, potentially our last map of the night. But not if gboy has anything to say about it, as we are going to introduce our players here on the top life on the map of Nightshade. Northwest corner, Shenanigans playing the blue Terran.
On match point.
Yes, sir. And go introduce the Protoss real quick. Might be the last time you're going to be able to do so.
Okay, on the bottom right side, the Protoss, he needs to win this game to stay alive. We have gboy.
Damn, the drop, the tension. I was like, say his name, but making it really tense and getting there at the tail end. So the real question here now,
it might be his last game, so he needs to make it epic.
You need to make it count. So, it's time, guys. Nightshade, LE. What can we say about this map, Mr. XtinC?
Like I said before, it's one of the shortest map distance map on the map pool, so we can expect a little rushes here and there. So we don't know. Both of these guys like to do timing attacks, not much on late game armies yet. So
yeah, that's true. That's very true. Like, we see more mid-range composition, trying to get value as much as possible. It reminds me of mid-range decks in CCG. They're not really the best units, but you support them and you try to make them as best as can be. They have a lot of potential, and these two players really having that similar style, honestly, if you think about it. Mid-range pushes, mid-range compositions, mid-range value.
The main idea here is whoever gets the first attack wins.
Are you sure? Are you sure though? Is that
Yeah.
how it works?
Who gets the first initial attack that they want wins.
Whoever gets the setup that they need, as you're
Yeah.
trying to say. I'm just like, if you can go for attack anytime. I can save this probe in and attack the SCV. I win. There you go. The SCV is dead. I have taken the advantage. But because of in reality, in real talk, guys, how this match has been going has really been a push-pull between these two squads, but Shenanigans usually having the edge even when he messes up. It's highly unfortunate because gboy literally throws it back in favor of Shenanigans. He did it once, he did it twice in maps number 1 and 3, and right now, there's a lot of probes being pulled. The value already by the Reaper. 50 mineral investment, 50 gas investments, and these probes going to run. Do they get it? That was so close. It's like a fan club, but 2 probes going down. And I feel like gboy maybe tilting himself just a little bit. Way too much.
Mine? Dude.
Mine.
Dude.
Mine. I don't see the mine. I was looking for the mine. I thought there was a mine already going for the drop, but there's nothing yet. He is gonna go for the mine though. Come on.
I said mine. I like mine minerals, not mine widow mine.
My co-caster here also messing with me, but you know what else is being messed with? That mineral line. The Reaper finally get to go down to the hand of the Adept. But still, the Supi losing a lot of mineral timing there. It really felt like he was chasing for way too long and for way too much. It really did fend off the Reaper, but the Reaper gonna be very happy with 3 kills as well as that much mineral loss. Advantage here for Shenanigans, and he knows that he can push this with the mines coming his way.
Yeah, here we go. He's just waiting for the medevac. And then after that, but I think we're gonna see the standard 1-1 of Shenanigans. Right now, Immortal coming in with the Twilight Council, so I think are we going to see the charge lot Immortal timing by the Protoss?
Yeah, that's gonna be the real question here. Will it make it after just all the delays in the first place? But as you said, Charge Light coming our way, Immortal is gonna be such a big backbone unit as well. And it's exactly what needs to be done in this setup. It's exactly composition that Subi is gonna be looking to be comfortable with in the first place. Chrono Boost, of course, gonna get all stacked up, gonna be very, very effective to getting more and more of these units and upgrades quicker as can be, because he's not done with Wargate as of yet. He's been holding edgy for quite a while already, and can Shenanigans can capitalize on the slightly late timing from our Protoss player.
Yeah, here comes, he's trying to set up the mines. You only have 2 mines on the medevac though, not instead of the usual 3. So I think he left one of the medevacs, one of the mines at home to deal with the Warp Prison.
And just in case can get the defensive side on. But I also feel that Shenanigans is very confident due to the fact that he got some really good value from the Reaper. So he's not going to need too much harassment to stay on with this lead. It's just about the rich getting richer in the first place. Anyway though, here comes the Liberator actually. It's not going to be the medevac as we were expecting. Onto the corner of the map.
Plus the medevac, here we go.
Oh, there you go. It's going to be a double drop actually. Double harassment. And onto the natural. Gets the slam on down.
9 probes killed.
9. That's a 9er right there. Subi in the meantime trying to fend off Liberator. Look at that edging, but it's not gonna happen. Gets the hit on the Adept trying to come on through. And still, this is Shenanigans world and we are just living in it. It really feels like gboy has lost a little bit of his cool into this game. From the very start, he hasn't really played up to his standard compared to the other games, and hopefully he can bounce back because this is really his last chance at this in our Quarantine Cup.
Yeah, here comes another mines. Oh no.
Oh no.
14 mines killed. 14 probes killed.
This is looking like a classic Shenanigans game, and it really feels like this is a downward spiral. It's a downward spiral right here, right now, Mr. XtinC. Look at that. 26 worker kills already 6 minutes in. If your economy isn't hampered by that, I don't know what will by this point. The lead just keeping on climbing here for Shenanigans. 1.3k in that income on the mineral tab, almost double the army and double the workers by this point. Still on 2 base though, but he can easily go for a third. And at the same time, it's time for the beginning of the end, the engineering bay, getting the upgrade. That Shenanigans, another drop! We were looking at the engineering bay, and GG is called. That is gonna be victory. You can really say that really is the end downward spiral there for poor gboy. Shenanigans will take our crown, and harassment was enough to put a stop to this tournament. Congratulations, Shenanigans. Highly
Really anticlimactic though.
yeah, it really goes to show it happens, and you can really say it finally got to gboy. It was so much pressure from the very start, and it really is those times when you're a little tilted. Like, I don't want to assume for him, but in terms of the language compared to his first 3 maps of his style, from the very start sending in those probes and really chasing after the opponents, it just mounted when the Widow Mines came. The Liberator as well as the Widow Mines doing all what they wanted. And this time gboy didn't have the same moxie, the same gusto to get the pull on compared to Eternal Empire, where he was really on timing with that. Highly unfortunate, might be as well fatigue, but he did such a good job to make it to the finals, such a good job to take a map. But it seems like, again, we will end this day with a Shenanigans sandwich. He takes map number 4. And what can you say about that series overall?
I'd say it's still a great series considering it's a 3-1 victory. So I think the experience of Shenanigans won him there. Like, he knows the proper timings, the build order, the response to what gboy is doing. So I think that gave him an edge over that games.
Absolutely true, and it really goes to show Mr. Shenanigans, we've heard he's dined 1, maybe he can make it to Masters very, very soon by this point. But quick little results, quick little recap of what we uncovered today in this grand final. Shenanigans taking maps number 1, 3, and 4, 3-1 victory. gboy with a well-timed Warp Prism drop on Purity and Industry, but in the end it just wasn't enough. It really looked like gboy could have won maps number 1 and 3, but I feel like he also knew that these chances that he had to win it out were kind of tossed into the wind, and then to Nightshade.
Too many probes.
Yeah, into Nightshade losing too many probes.
Last attack, leave him like 10 probes, I think, and versus a 1-1 timing, it's not enough.
Yeah,
he's dead.
But hey, well played to both, making it to the finals. Absolutely impressive work to both Shenanigans and gboy, and we are gonna call it a night. Big shoutouts to Mr. XtinC for making, having some fun casting on over. Hopefully we can fix up his mic and his dog, but he did a pretty good job, especially dropping some really good knowledge and definitions for us on the stream. Shoutouts as well to Mizzle for setting things up and all the design. You can see that's his logo there, the one that looks like a node with different colors. You can check out his website, dlsmizzle.com, as well as for tomorrow's further sponsor, going to be Mr. Bayagster himself, adding up
Don't
to
forget
the Master
to
Cup.
like my page though.
Okay, like Mr. XtinC's page. You see this? That's the name of the page, XtinC, on Facebook. Yes, guys. But yeah, you can support him and his new team, Team Dragon. I know he's teammates with Mr. Phoenix as well on the scene, so it really goes to show one big happy family and the like that. So we have our grand champion Shenanigans taking the crown. Well played to him, and I think it is time to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone hungry, everyone had a good time, and it's gonna be our time to hop on out of here. Quarantined. Gonna be ending with a lot of harassment, and hopefully you guys don't get harassed anytime soon. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Masters Bracket. That's gonna be a short but sweet one, so you will want to tune on in from 2 p.m. onwards. We're gonna make sure there's no issues. This was a really good initial run. We were able to iron out the kinks. We were able to face the worst and still be able to broadcast the games in a way, and we know that we can keep on building building from this, and hopefully we can do this sometime soon in the future. I've been Dax, he's been XtinC. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good night. So we'll be hosting Ender
Night, guys.
after the stream ends, so you guys can check out the best of the Philippine scene as well, play some ladder.